So, first ride on the VFR400. What did I think? The engine's nice and smooth. Compared to riding a 4-cylinder V4, compared to a big single, it's a world of difference. Really very smooth engine. It pulls from, for such a small engine, it pulls quite well from very low. It doesn't pull really strong. It's got quite a long first gear. Quite a tall first gear, so you tend to move off the line fairly slowly, but once it's going, it's just really quite smooth through the rev range. I think because of the work that's been done on the carbs, it feels there are no flat spots that I've noticed so far. When I first got my RVF400. I did notice that had a load of flat spots, and it wasn't until I actually changed to I changed the ignition, the CDI, to one of these Ignitec units, and that cleared up all of the flat spots immediately. But I never had the carbs apart on that bike, and maybe I should have done, because I could probably fixed the flat spots and the like through some fairly simple stuff in the carbs. But you live and learn. These bikes have got a very quite a unique engine sound, which is just different. It's nice. It's different. Riding it, the biggest thing I noticed was with this exhaust, this Ganador tuned by JHA Racing. It's got no baffle in it, and it is very noisy. I'm not a fan of very noisy bikes, and this is embarrassingly noisy, so got to make some changes there. Be putting a baffle in that, I think, although it's got no provision for a baffle. There's no hole drilled at the end of the silencer tip for a baffle, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, the brakes feel pretty old school. I'm not a fan of the wavy discs, so they're probably going to go, but that's for cosmetic reasons, really. I'll probably change the master cylinder as well for a radial master cylinder. Again, that's something it's something you can do. That it doesn't, as long as you keep the original parts, it doesn't kind of detract from the value of the bike or anything like that, and it will make the braking that much more responsive. There's not necessarily anything wrong with non-radial brakes, but I found, in comparison with all the bikes I've had, the difference is that you need much less lever pressure to get the same degree of braking with a radial master cylinder setup. So we'll see about that. Speedo stickers, they're rubbish. I could not, on this ride, I could not tell how fast I was going most of the time. So I'm going to look at that as well. The rear shock is original. I think it's probably worn out. It seems to work-ish, but it doesn't give a great deal of feel. So we'll probably be changing the rear shock at some point. The only other thing I noticed was I stopped for petrol, and I hadn't noticed up until this point, but the little wheel sticking out of the speedo for resetting the trip is missing. So that's a nuisance. So I have to see what we can do about that. You can buy them, but they're very expensive. So I thought they're very expensive, with little plastic knob things, like 20 odd quid. Perhaps I'm just tight, but that seemed like a lot to me. So immediate jobs are baffle for the exhaust, sort out the speedo, brake discs are cosmetic, shock for the rear. Start looking for that anyway. See what I can do about that. Other than that, good. It was good. Nice to ride. Didn't feel exactly like the RVF, I have to say, but it felt good.